Well, hello there. My name's Andrew, and I've got a rugged R1 radio that I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out a good programming code plug scheme for these. They come pre-programmed with a bunch of business band frequencies. You probably heard about the little, I guess it was a controversy over the frequencies they were using. They have this national license, and they sell them with, I don't know, hundreds of frequencies in there that I am sure will interfere with public service frequencies. I mean, there's business band stuff, everything in all kinds of modes, digital and FM. So I'm going to show you how you can make one of these your own and use some legal frequencies on it. Ham radio frequencies, GMRS, FRS, MERS. It'll handle all those. And then you can keep yourself from getting into hot water. These are set up like a commercial radio where once you program the frequencies in there, you cannot change anything. You can't change talk groups and nothing like that. So you're kind of stuck with what the radio has in it, and that's why I'm going through this little programming tips. I can't even call it a tutorial because I'm no teacher. So we'll get into this in a second here. Okay, first off, one of the important things you're going to want to know how to do is change the zone. And the zone is basically a bank of channels that you can put together, and it seems to be a DMR radio thing. I don't know why you can't just put straight up channels in and just flip through them, but they have these banks of channels. They call them zones. Sorry, I repeat myself. So you hold this little gear button down, and now you can go through the very limited settings here. You got zone, scan, setting. The only thing you can change is like mic gain and a couple other settings that are not channel or frequency related. So for selecting zone, you click that. You can click OK, and then you can switch. I've got FRS, and then the GMRS ham analog. I've got my Pi Star. I've got two Pi Stars set up, so they're in there. And then you have the digital ham, DMR. So let's go with analog ham. I just switched. Now I have a category that I put together of different ham radio frequencies that local repeaters and all that. So that's where we are on the selecting the talk, or not the talk group, excuse me, the zone. Next up I have a repeater that I programmed in for a local North Carolina one that I'm sending this radio to my friend's daughter. So what I did here is I had to put in, there's a few different talk groups on this repeater, so I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels for one repeater into this radio. Can be a little bit time consuming to do that, but that's kind of what's needed if you're going to do anything besides just talk on whatever the local frequency is. I've got functions in here which would be the local talk group. There's a PRN talk group. I forgot what that stands for. And then there's 2 chat groups that are kind of more local or smaller that you can activate without tying up other repeaters. And then there's a clear function here. I did notice that I have the wrong frequencies in here for the last 5 that I put in, so I'm going to fix those. Anyway, we will get into the next step here. So to set up these individual channels, you go left to right. I put in the frequency here. It's the receive frequency. Actually, Okay, we've got the receive frequency here, and the automatic offset was selected in there, so it's 5 megahertz positive. Just go left to right here. DMR, you have to select that. It defaults to FM, and then you have to put in a channel name. It won't let you proceed without doing that. Don't need tone or CTCSS or anything. I always leave this to always. I'm not really sure what that means. Here's your color code and repeater slot. So you've got color code 1, repeater slot 1. And this is what I got from the website of the ham radio repeater that I'm programming. Now this contact over here, we'll get into that next, but that's you have to select a contact, and you can see here now what the function of each of these channels I put in here is. You got the local, you got the PRN group, you got the chat group 1, chat group 2, and clear. I'm not sure why. Oh, there's a clear for, that's right. So we got time slot 1 and 2 here. So if you're using time slot 1 or time slot 2, you just have to select the one and clear the talk group that you had brought up. It's just good practice. If you're just joining in on a conversation and you didn't connect the repeater, you don't have to worry about it. Next is your TX power, squelch. I don't really do much with those either. And that's it. Okay, next up we have contacts. This is the list of the contacts in the radio that you can select from here. You have to associate the contact with the channel, otherwise you can't, you won't be able to connect to anything. Like if you wanted to talk to me or Mark, you'd have to have this contact on the channel that you're using, and I would have to have my radio turned on the same frequency. And then that contact will open up the squelch in my radio and let me talk to you. And you have to, the contacts are identified by this call ID number, and this will be your list that you can select from. Let's talk about zones. This is very different from other radios that I've used, but maybe the industrial radios or commercial radios are like this. I don't know. But if you want to add a zone, like you can see, I've got FRS, GMRS. I was going to put in Greenville County for Jamie here, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to go because of the challenges that I discussed in another part of this video. Basically, so this is the one repeater that I have in here right now, and it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got the 5 channels in here. Probably would like to. You probably need the TS2 clear us as well, so I can add that. Here's edit, and then you have all these channels here. Then if you want to add a channel, you just select one of these. Looks like I already have it over here, so that's TS1 and 2. I thought I didn't see it there, so you can either delete it or you can add it. You make sure you add it and then click OK, otherwise it's not going to save. Okay, this groups list tab down here, you can add receive IDs, and you can put a whole bunch of them in here. Actually, there's a limit. Let's see how many you can put in here. And put in 32. So you can add these and you can put them in a group, so then your radio is always listening to all those contacts. Now, as far as I know, if you leave the contact in the memory, the channel memory, as none, I think it will receive. I'll probably have to come back here and make a correction if not. So where is that? It is on that channel page and contact or receive ID. Here it is. So I've got this one turned on. I think I was doing some experimenting for my DMR Pi-Star. And that is basically everything you have to do to make this work. Okay. First thing you should do is, of course, connect the radio. Sorry if this is dark. This is not the ideal setup. I had to go out in the garage and get away from Frozen being played on the TV over and over because my granddaughter's here. Not that I'm not complaining. I like it when she visits. So I've got the radio plugged in, connected to the computer, and turned on. Now you just hit communications, send data to radio. Gives you a little warning and click OK. Now it's sending. I'm sure I've got mistakes in here. I'll probably have to go back in and redo it, but I just want to demonstrate here first. Just wait for the radio to finish receiving the data and we will be able to do a quick test. All right, we've got the radio programmed and I've got it set to one of the DMR simplex frequencies. Let's give her a try. I'm going to transmit into it. Testing. That's a little loud. Yeah, it looks like it works. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any ARY. Let's go the other way with this. See if I can do it without feedback. Test 1, test 1, 2, test 1, 2, 3. Looks like you can see my call sign in the corner. It's pulling that up because I have that contact in the radio with my number in it, my DMR number. So yeah, there's a successful test for a simplex channel at least, and I have to remember to get it changed over to Jamie's. So there you have it. I apologize for the poor audio quality and the unpreparedness of my not writing anything down and just kind of doing this out of my head. I wanted this to be a little bit more like a one-on-one talk or whatever, but it's difficult to talk one way sometimes. Anyway, I got the radio all, actually I got it packaged up to send over to Jamie in North Carolina. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope this was useful. Drop a comment and see, I know hopefully I don't get too much criticism because like I said, this isn't my thing. I'm not a public speaker. I'm just not somebody who does YouTube videos very well. So anyway, we'll see if I come up with another idea that might be helpful to my fellow radio dorks, then I will post it here. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you later.